Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Demon, one of your talk show hosts.
And I'm Nerdface. Today we are here to talk about what perfectionism does to your body.
Nerdface, who and what are perfectionists?
Perfectionists are people who take things to the extreme. They always want to be perfect. They go to the extreme by doing many extracurricular activities and push many things out of the way to become perfect. This sometimes or most of the time leads to not enough rest, stress, and they start taking all of this out on their body, whether it's an eating habit or an addiction. Anyways, Demon, how is perfectionism forming and or starting?
Well, Nerdface, since the bad economy has left teens working to help their struggling families, it has formed on what you may call a job war. Teens and their parents are being pushed to work harder and faster, leading to less quality. Perfectionists try to be faster and give good quality, so they lead to more illnesses. Some perfectionists, whether it's school, work or jobs, they may stay up all night to perfect their speech, project, or just to study for a 10-point test. Now I'll ask you a question, Nerdface. What are signs of a perfectionist and what do they do to stay up countless nights?
Well, some of the many signs of a perfectionist are a pounding headache, crazed expression, hammering heart, nervous tick, messy clothes, and an upset stomach.
So when they begin to get sleepy and they want to stay up longer, what do they do?
Well, Demon, they usually begin to use drinks like coffee, tea, soda, cold pills, pain relievers, diet pills, chocolate, and ice cream. Caffeine is an odorless, slightly bitter drug which is used to make all of these drinks. Caffeine is meant to perk you up. The problem with this is it's very addictive, and if you have it once you can't stop.
Then what is so bad about caffeine then?
That's a very good question, Demon. Caffeine can lead to ulcers, insomnia, and high blood pressure if there is too much intake. A cola brand actually contains 5.9 milligrams of caffeine, which is just under the limit for the Food and Drug Administration.
That doesn't seem like much, Nerdface.
But it can do a lot of damage to your body.
Wow, that's amazing how something so little can do so much damage. And to think it is used in many of our everyday drinks.
Hey Demon, can you tell these people how to stay awake in a healthy way instead of having drinks like coffee, tea, or soda?
Sure. Here are some things you can do to help stay awake. Get physical and do some exercises like doing a few jumping jacks or jogging in place for a while. Turn on some music to exclude distracting noises and have some noise going on to keep your head focused. Relax. And focus your mind. Meditate for a while and your brain will feel relaxed and focused. Eat a snack. Eat something healthy like carrots, apples, or celery. Stay away from chocolates or things with sugar. They will give you energy for a while, but then you'll feel worse than before. The final and probably most effective way is to take a nap. Take an hour or half-hour cat nap. Even in this short period of time, your body has time to relax and recharge.
Demon, did you know there is another way to stay up that is one of the worst things you can do?
And what is that?
Well, there is a drug called speed that helps you stay awake. Truck drivers and students have been known to take this drug. Speed is an amphetamine, and all amphetamines are illegal. Speed is not very helpful for perfectionists, but some still take it. If a perfectionist stays up all night to study and gets the boost from speed, the next day of that test they can concentrate. They are edgy and are very nervous.
I'm pretty sure that's all we need to talk about staying awake.
Yeah. So let's talk about perfectionists and eating disorders.
There are 3 types of eating disorders. There is anorexia, bulimics, and compulsive eaters.
What do anorexics, bulimics, and compulsive eaters do to themselves? Because some of our viewers may not know what they are.
Well, people with anorexia starve themselves by vomiting and take pills to keep their weight down. An anorexic will probably be super skinny and have low confidence. Oh yes. Bulimics are people that stuff themselves with food until they throw it all up. A bulimic can also be a person with low confidence, a super skinny body, and they probably eat a lot. A compulsive eater could either be very chubby or a little bit skinny. A compulsive eater just eats a lot of comfort food and still cares about what they look like. They also have low confidences.
Is there a gender or group that is directed towards eating disorders?
1% of tweens and young adults suffer from anorexia and 10% of them die from starvation. 90% of people with eating disorders are females. This is mainly because people in shows that are underweight are considered attractive and people want to take after them. If the person can lose weight fast, then throwing up helps them. The female audience worries more on their weight than men.
What about people with bulimia?
Well, 3 to 5% of tweens and young adults suffer from bulimia.
Is there signs to tell if somebody has an eating disorder?
Yes, signs of eating disorders can be hypothermia, dehydration, constipation, insomnia, hair loss, unclear thinking, and for girls, their menstrual cycle stops altogether. Also, vomiting can result to damage to the esophagus, teeth, vital organs, and heart failure. Suffering from anorexia and bulimia really depend on your physical, emotional, and mental conditions.
Did you know also that athletes have lots of problems with eating disorders? Like ballerinas, ice skaters, and gymnasts. Mainly all athletes that need low weight and need to wear tight outfits.
Hi nerd face, is there some way you can't treat someone with an eating disorder?
Of course. You can take them to counseling or physiological and family therapy. You can also take them to a place that works on behavior modification and take medicine to help their confidence, etc. Lastly, you can take them to the hospital.
Let's now move on to our next topic.
And what is this, demon?
Self-harm.
This information is not suited for all watchers. Viewer discretion is advised.
This topic is a very strong one. So let's begin with what happens to people who bring harm to themselves. People who bring harm to themselves are usually perfectionists. Most people harm themselves because of frustration and anxiety, also from a sense of worthlessness.
What are some types of self-harm?
Well, there is when people cut themselves, self-mutilation, injury to themselves with razor blades, needles, knives, shards of glass, and some other things, but the ones I said are most common.
Once again, females are most common on cutting themselves than males, but they still cut themselves.
Even a 14-year gets perfectionist on cutting herself and does it more if she doesn't cut herself right.
Wow. How can we help these perfectionists out?
Well, to help out these suffering people by going to either of these things: psychotherapy, psychoanalysis, medicines, or a mixed combination of those things. If it is a severe case, they may have to go to a psychiatric unit.
Well, I think that wraps up today's discussion, demon.
I think so too, and thanks for watching this episode on how perfectionism affects your body. This video was made by Kylie and Anton Antoniadis.